Hi, Pastor Dave Gudgel here. I hope you've got 5 minutes. I want to talk about leadership today. Leadership, what is it? What's leadership all about? When I think about this, I think about an older gentleman who came to me early into my ministry. I was in my 20s, 27, 28, right around there. And he said, Dave, let's go have breakfast. And so we did. And over that breakfast, he wanted to talk to me about leadership, something that he knew a lot about. He was an owner of a framing company, and I'll tell you, there are a lot of people that work for him. So he knew a lot about leadership. And he said, Dave, I've been watching how God's been using you in the church. And I really think you could make progress if you would become the leader that God made you to be. Now, that was a big statement, one that I received. And I've done a lot of thinking about it over the years. And I'll tell you, he's right. Leadership is of paramount importance as a pastor. And of course, in our homes, in our neighborhoods, our workplaces, wherever God's got us, He wants us to be people who lead others into specifically a relationship with Him and impacting others with the gospel of Jesus Christ. As I think about how that played itself out in Jesus' life, I think of Matthew chapter 4 and verse 19, where it says, And He said to them, this is Jesus speaking to some fishermen, just normal fishermen. He said to them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Now, we know that statement, and we know how important that was in Jesus' ministry, but he, as a leader, was speaking in leadership terms when essentially a leader, and I love this definition, is a person who influences people to accomplish a purpose. And in this case, the person who's seeking to influence others is Jesus himself, the Messiah, the anointed one. He wants to influence some people who could potentially impact the world. And accomplishing his purpose was ultimately to get the gospel to the world and to save people. And so Jesus said to them, Follow me. Follow me. This person said, Follow me, and I will make you, these people, these fishermen, fishers of men. And I like to illustrate that simply this way. Leadership is a person. You could just take a triangle, put down there in the bottom left corner a circle or an elliptical or whatever you want, and just put person, the word person there. It's a person. A leader's a person who influences, and you can see there on the left side of the triangle, the word influences, add influence there with an arrow pointing up to the top of the triangle. And you can write in the word people. A leader's a person who influences people to accomplish. And over there on the right side, the right angle of that triangle, write the word accomplish, and then write the word purpose in that circle, the elliptical down there in the bottom right corner. Now that's a leader. A leader's a person who influences people to accomplish a purpose. This is different than a doer. A doer is a person who accomplishes purpose, and that's great. But if that's all we have are doers, we're not going to be multiplying ourselves in the lives of others. And so this matter of leadership is of extreme importance in the church and in other places where God has us and he wants to use us. And so as you think about this, think about your own life right now. You as a person, as a leader, no doubt, in different arenas, whether it be in the church or other places, you as a person are called to influence people. That sometimes is called disciple making, right? A person who influences people to accomplish a purpose. And I'll tell you, as you begin to think about this definition, you want to ask yourself, am I a leader? Am I someone who is influencing people to accomplish a purpose? If you are, then you possibly need to step up your leadership and become the leader God wants you to be. I can think of how this has played itself out in my life and my ministry, especially among elders, where I saw that I could potentially help them as people, as first of all, leaders, to grow in their leadership and become the shepherds that God wants them to be, and get them to think about the people that they are working with and the opportunities that they have to influence them. What can they do to come alongside others to accomplish purpose, an upward purpose of glorifying God, the inward purpose of building people up, and the outward purpose of reaching people with the gospel of Jesus Christ? So ask yourself, are you a leader? Are you a disciple maker? Maybe just simply said, are all leaders disciple makers?